Hey everyone, it's Steve from the garden. In today's video is going to be fall garden cleanup part 2, where I'm going to be taking a look at the tomatoes. Yeah, and usually low temperatures I've been getting in mid-August through the end of August have really taken a toll on the tomatoes. We've been getting temperatures down as low as the low 60s or even 58, 59 degrees Fahrenheit. And tomatoes, they don't like cool weather like that. And now these are a determinate, so these would be kind of done. But you can see the temperatures really decimated these plants. But also if you look at these are the San Marzanos, which are an indeterminate, and normally I'd be able to grow these right up to, like say the third week of September, and they're already showing signs that they're toast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through, I'm going to do a harvest of whatever tomatoes I have here, and then we'll start cleaning everything up. Since I have such a large number of tomatoes still to gather up, I'm going to use one of these totes to hold them all. I did a harvest, just a couple days ago with my big giant salad bowl, and I just filled the thing, and there were still a lot of tomatoes out here that I could have picked at that time. So hopefully this will hold everything. Now some of these, they're starting to get bad spots on them, and some of that's just from the cold. So anything that's not going to be 100% good, I'm not going to try saving it. Just pick ones that are good and keep those. I have to say, this homemade hybrid I have here, which is a mix between the San Marzano and the Summer Pick, it has held up pretty well, even despite the cooler temperatures, and it's been a very productive plant. That is a lot of tomatoes. I also want to take a moment to examine the trellis systems. So the Florida weave, it held up pretty well. No problems there. The single pole, that held up really well. I had to kind of string up some of the tops to keep them from flopping over. But they did well. Now, the string system here, clearly 1/2-inch conduit is not enough for this type of system. You can see it bent on the top, and the weight caused it to lean over. And then one of the strings broke because the plant got so heavy it just snapped it. With all the tomatoes now picked, now I just need to cut the string. Then I'll use my pruner to cut the stem right at the ground, right at the soil level. That way I leave the roots in the ground to provide carbon and organic material to the bed. Now that I got the tomato plants all the way, it's time to get the poles out of the way too. Since these poles are galvanized, they will last for quite a number of years before there's any problem with them. Our temperatures tomorrow are supposed to be about 64 for the high. And these basil plants here are done already, so I'm going to cut them off right at the soil level, just like the tomatoes. I have the beds all cleaned up, and they are now ready for the fall amendments. Now if you're wondering, this is not weeds down here, that's buckwheat, and I will cover that in a future video. My corn here is definitely looking like it's ready for fall. That's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something out of this, and we'll see you on the next one.